Assalamu alaikum students. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. I hope you all will be fine. It's our third class of week first. As you already know that we have talked about technical and business writings first topic, that is sentence structure, and we have talked about sentence, its definition, then we discussed its essential parts. Then we talked about the types on the basis of structure, and then we have also discussed the first two types of sentence. Now it's third day, and we are going to talk about the third type of sentence, that is complex sentence. Now you can see the names that varies from one type to another. First was simple, then we talked about compound, and then we are going to talk about complex. So as the names are changing, in the same way the structure and the formation of the sentence is also being changed. Now here we are going to see that how complex sentence is actually constructed. Complex sentence is actually a combination of one independent clause plus one or more dependent clauses. One independent clause plus one or more dependent clauses. Now, if you compare this complex sentence with the previous two types of sentences, there in the first type we just talked about only one clause, only one idea. Then in the second one, that is compound, we discussed only the existence of independent clauses there. In that sentence, there was no dependent clause, but here in complex sentence, you can see that here the existence of dependent clauses. So this complex sentence is actually a mixture of one independent clause. One independent clause means not more than one, whereas dependent clauses can be more than one. It depends upon the formation or the requirement of the sentence. It could be one, it could be two, it could be three, depending upon the requirement of the idea that is to be expressed. But this limit cannot change, means one independent clause can never rise to two independent clauses. No, only one independent clause will be here in complex sentence. Look at this example. This will make your idea more clear about complex sentence. We played cricket match. Now, if I ask you, does it give you complete meaning itself? Yes, definitely. We played cricket match. It is giving you complete meaning itself. Whereas if you look at the second clause of this sentence, which made us happy. Now here the colors have been changed to make you people understand about independent and dependent clauses. Now which made us happy? This clause is actually called as dependent clause. Why? Because if there will be no independent clause, this dependent clause cannot give its complete meaning. So this clause is dependent and this clause is actually independent. So this is what we have talked about in complex sentence, that it is a mixture of one independent clause plus one or more dependent clauses. Now we have talked about one or more, so here only one dependent clause has been added, and if you want to further extend its length, now, if you want to extend the length or if you want to enlarge the length of a sentence, you may add number of clauses in it. But the number on the basis of dependent as well as independent can never be varied. Yani it means that you will add in such sentence only one independent and one or more dependent clauses. Right? Okay, the next and the fourth type of sentence on the basis of structure here is, now you can see, if I ask you that can you see the difference in this sentence with the previous sentences, yes, you can tell me that here the length has also been increased. Now here you can see that there are more number of clauses as compared to previous types that we discussed. If we compare this one sentence, this one whole sentence, with the previous types of sentences, then in the first type you can see that only this one was included. Then if you talk about the second one, then only these two were included, means only independent clauses. But then if we compare it with the third one, then only this independent plus one dependent. But here you can see that in mixed sentence, the length of the sentence has also been increased. Along with the length, you can see that structure has also been changed here. So what is the structure here? You can see we like to play cricket. Now this is one clause. Does it give it complete meaning to you? Yes, it is giving you complete meaning. We like to play cricket. Then leave this but, as you know that this is conjunction. It is joining both these two independent clauses. They love to play hockey. Again, this second clause is also giving you complete meaning. But if you see the third clause, that is, which is our national game. So national game is what it is actually. This part of a sentence is associated and depending on the previous part of the sentence. Why? Because this dependent clause can never give its meaning itself, rather it has to depend on the previous sentence or the previous clause or the previous part for the completion of its meaning. So we can say that what is actually mixed sentences. Mixed sentence means that it is having both the combination of independent as well as dependent clauses. But what is the difference between mixed sentence and complex sentence? You can see in complex only one independent clause, whereas if you see mixed sentence, it is having two independent clause. This is a difference between complex sentence and mixed sentence. Again, I'm telling you, if you compare complex sentence with mixed sentence, then complex sentence is having only one independent clause and it is having one or more dependent clauses. Same here. um, that is okay. But in mixed sentence, there are two independent clauses, but the same one or more independent clauses could be there. If you see and compare the examples of complex sentence, that is, we played cricket match which made us happy, only one independent clause. Whereas if you compare it with mixed sentence, we like to play cricket but they love to play hockey, these are having two independent clauses with one dependent clause. Yes, this dependent clause can also be increased in number depending upon the requirement of the idea to be expressed. If you want to say which is our national game, that is played even with that is seen or observed very interestingly all over the world. So if you want to add further ideas in it, you can do so, but you cannot exceed this limit of two independent clauses. Yes, you can exceed the limit of one or more dependent clauses, whereas in a complex sentence you can never exceed one number of independent clauses into two or more, right? So this was all about your complex sentence and mixed sentence. um, yes, I hope you would have understood about the different types of sentence on the basis of its structure. First was what that is simple. Second was compound. Third is complex. And fourth is mixed. And if I conclude this whole topic of sentence structure, then I must say that it is having the types of sentences on the basis of its formation. You can see these examples that we have discussed, these examples, all these examples with reference to its formation, that how they are constructed and how they are formed. So if you have any queries, you can ask me, and the assignment for this topic and for today will be that again you have to write 5 examples of each type. Which type? That is 5 examples of mixed sentence and 5 examples of complex sentence. And after writing all the examples, you will compare all the 20 examples, 20 in the sense 5 examples of simple, 5 of compound, 5 of complex, and 5 of mixed sentences. You will make a list of all those examples, and then you will also make comparison of them, and then you will also send it to me, and I will check them that whether you have done it or not. So if you haven't understood anything, you can ask me. So this was all about our topic, that is sentence structure, which we have done in 3 days. We have divided our topic, and I hope you would have understood. And please do your work in time, do submit your assignment till next week. I will see and I will check whether you have done it right or wrong. So take care. Till then, take care of yourselves. Inshallah, see you again. Allah Hafiz.